Welcome back, everybody, to the ESL India Premiership 2018 Summer Season Masters League. I'm very happy. I'm very happy. God Slayer, not God 5, is very happy because 81 is here.
Thank you, Vagish.
That
It's not God 5. Oh, it's God 5.
yeah?
Is that how you spell your
so
nickname? You
actually, it was
replace the S
supposed
with a
to
5.
so the E
Yeah.
and the S are supposed to be like 5 and 3. They're
Yeah,
supposed
I
to be
got
like
that.
my
Yeah,
lucky
yeah, lead
numbers and
speak, I
shit.
get it. Even 81 is ADI, lead speak.
Yeah, yeah.
I get it. I invented it. My original nick was a complete mess of lead speak, basically.
Yeah, but I think
But
Kunal's way too lazy to do it. I think the impending marriage has made him very sluggish.
okay, and well, that's disappointing, right? The marriage should make him excited and
Yeah, it just made
no,
him
by the way, in case
sluggish.
nobody knows this, by the way, but Kunal, our head of production,
Already done that yesterday.
is going to get married. Well,
Done
okay,
that
no,
yesterday.
it's okay. There
And
was
we're
no
going to
CS
remind him
yesterday.
every day
There
on
was no
stream.
CS yesterday, so for all the CS viewers
Yes,
watching.
for CS. So everybody who knows Kunal in the CS circuit.
So yeah, if production goes to crap in 2 days, it's because Kunal is getting married soon.
Yeah, and he
he'll be
didn't
missing.
bother to like create a contingency plan because
No, our
that's
contingency
Kunal.
plan is sitting there. Actually, don't worry, our production is not going to suffer. We have very capable people in office.
Now moving on.
See, like he's so flattered in our ear, right?
I am definitely, trust me, I live with that guy.
Yeah.
So trust me. But moving on, we have a Counter-Strike Global Offensive game in the offing. We have Brutality versus Wargaming. So let's quickly take a first, let's quickly take a look at Brutality. Alrighty then, Venom, Juventa, Fox, A-Star, and Master Operix.
Yes, I know. I said this the first time we saw them on the Premiership, right? That I'm so glad that they've gone back to this lineup, right? It's the original Brutality from 2015, the one before I joined and screwed
Before
everything
you
up
came
for
and
them.
polluted their lineup.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
So
the creep you are.
exactly, yeah. So before I screwed
So
up their
happy he
lineup,
looks.
right?
So happy he looks.
And this is the original one, and with like especially with A-Star back, like I was actually talking to Fett last night, and we both are in agreement actually. This Brutality lineup, I think, and we both think that the Entity game, which is I think Brutality Entity is on 26th or 27th of April. I think that game, I think Brutality is going to win that because A-Star is Entity's kryptonite. So yeah, but I mean that's for another day. Today it's not that game, unfortunately. Today is a much more straightforward game for Brutality, let's say.
Alrighty then. So since we've already seen how would I say, put faces to the names of Brutality peeps, let's put faces to the name Wargaming. Wargaming.
I was just yeah, you caught me staring so deeply into my screen, right? It's because I was looking at Wargaming's stats for this Premiership, and they've played 6 games, out of which already, by the way, this is going to be their 7th game, and in their 6 games, they've lost 5.
So
The
this is
only
back
one
banned
they've
from the
beaten,
previous winter
the
season.
only one they've beaten is Whack Band, who were playing with 4 players. So I think War is very akin to EXE or Elements from the seasons gone by last year.
Yeah, I
Like,
think they're starting with idolizing lower rung teams first and then moving on to the better
no, I
ones.
think like I don't know. I think maybe War is trying to break the record of 0-7 or
Maybe.
1-7. They're trying to
Yeah.
go like they're trying to go.
No,
they're
they can't.
trying
They
to go
cannot beat. They
1-11.
cannot beat excellence of execution. That was dismal.
0-7, yes, but I mean
That
there are
was-
more games, so percentage-wise, actually they still couldn't because
Yeah,
it was 0.
exactly.
But
I'm
still,
wondering.
as
I'm like,
I'm not
what?
very good at math. Okay. Like,
Yeah,
let it go.
sure.
But anyways, I want to
Wow.
take this. I want to take this back to Brutality. By the way, I was looking at the. I want to take this back to Brutality. I was looking at the earlier results as well, right? I missed the game 80 versus Brutality because I was ill, right? No, was it? I'm so confused at this point. My mind is so
Forget it.
garbled. No,
Forget
I
it.
missed it.
Forget
I
it.
missed it. I agree.
Have a fresh
No, I
start,
remember I
Adi.
was watching it while in my blanket, shivering in the cold and under the influence of azithromycin as well. So it was not a very good time. By the way, I do want to say thank you for all the well wishes that day on chat to everyone who was there on chat. I am better now, slightly. Not completely, but you know, the show must go on types. But yeah, like I noticed that Brutality versus ATE, right? They made a little bit of a meal of things. I think that game versus ATE, I thought it would have been more like 16-7, 16-8 sort of. It did end up 16-11, and I think that is a sort of screw up in the veto as well, that they let Inferno go through. I thought that they should have pushed it towards maybe the overpass, the trains, the nuke, something like that. You know, something that a new team like AT Gaming, they wouldn't have the cohesion, and
I
you
get
know,
it.
just
The
they wouldn't be able to
synergy.
play. They have the synergy to play together in a map that is so tactical. So I think the Inferno veto was a bit of an issue. That's why later when we do get into this veto, I really hope that Brutality has banned out, like, you know, the cache and the mirages and things like that. But yeah, I mean, I think that Brutality this season is really strong, and I will be very surprised if we don't see them in the top 4.
All right, so let's quickly head over to my pick and veto and see what's in store for us there. So we see Overpass, Adi's
That's right.
favorite map.
Yeah, and I like what Brutality did there, by the way. They pushed War right to the brink with they banned out Cache, they banned out Mirage, they even banned out Cobble. And I know, by the way, Brutality's least favorite map is Cobble.
Yes.
And they left it for the end, just teasing War and making sure they're like, "Arey Mirage ban kar diya, arey Cache ban kar diya. Now what do we do, right?" And I love this. They left War with the impossible decision of Nuke and Overpass. So it was obviously going to be Overpass, right? They're not going to pick Nuke because it is completely a strat heavy map, and I'm glad. I mean, we're seeing something other than Inferno, which is also
For a change,
relief.
yes.
Yeah, which is
So,
also a relief. But I love what Brutality's done in this veto.
I think a map video is in order here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Let's take a look.
let's quickly take the viewers through what exactly Overpass is all about.
OverPass. A mix of vocal and classical designs makes this map one of the favorites of many professional teams. The team that controls the connector usually comes out with the win.
When's your birthday?
It's gone, Adi. The birthday is gone. You owe me a gift. But yes, the gift of today's. Just so that we bring you guys in the loop, Adi and me were discussing about my birthday and me extorting some gifts from him
Yeah.
because he's filthy rich and he's from South Bombay. And I'm a RA colony resident. But moving on, that's the worst thing. That's the worst thing you can
That's
say to
actually
any
you
book.
could like the worst part of Goregaon East is what you
Yeah,
picked. RA Colony.
that's the
like,
worst thing
it's
you can
like
say to
only people
anybody.
from Bombay will get the reference.
RA
by the way.
Colony, it seems. But moving on, the gift we have for you guys today is this excellent game on Overpass between Brutality and Wargaming. I'm pretty sure.
One-sided.
Yeah, I think Adi and me will be on consensus here that Brutality.
I think
is
yeah,
gonna take the
I
game.
think Rix and A Star are gonna have a field day. A Star loves to lurk, loves to get backstabs on people. He especially loves pushing A long and even B short at times, right? He does weird shit basically. That's the
No,
only way to put it. He
plus like you
literally does
mentioned the
weird
word
shit and
synergy.
nobody.
You mentioned the word synergy. I think Brutality is showcasing some of
Yeah.
that
And plus, I
excellent
mean,
synergy.
also yeah, they learned Overpass from me, so if they play that the kind of Overpass I like to play, they're gonna make it very one-sided very soon. And especially if they win the knife round, right? And if they start at the CT side, I could see this being below 16-5. I'm gonna bring this back now. This was the last used on TV. This is gonna be a spanking, ladies and gentlemen.
And I hope that since we, and when I say use the word we, me and Adi are siding with Brutality, I hope people will not take offense and like post weird.
Oh yeah, no,
weird
sorry,
stuff.
I'm a fanboy.
Yeah.
I'm a Brutality fanboy.
I'm
I
Adi
don't
fan.
mean-
I'm Adi fan.
See,
boy,
listen,
so I
okay,
just
yeah,
go
this
with
was about Reckoning Esports as well, right? About the Dota thing. He did not mean offense, by the way. Secondly, Vagish is not a Dota analyst.
I've
so
never mentioned that I'm an analyst.
Yeah, so he was just making a nice National Geographic reference, and I already apologized to Reckoning Esports for
Which ideally
for your
was-
offense to them. But
yeah.
like I mean, see, even talking about War, right now, I'm talking straight from the numbers, right? 1 through 5, one win,
The
5
stats
losses.
don't show. The
The
stats,
stats
just don't
show that you need to buck up, right?
Yeah,
That you're
yeah.
not good enough right now. And Brutality has just been looking better and better with every game they play. And I do want to mention as well, Brutality is sort of like a weekend team because they're self-funded and they're not really
Like a boot
They're not-
camp
they-
team.
they
Yeah,
don't
they're
have a
not,
boot
they're not a
camp, they don't
boot
have
camp team.
anything,
They're
yeah.
like individuals. Juventus is married and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody's got their own priorities and stuff.
Yep.
But what is priority right now is
Winning this
the
game.
game. Let's head off there and see what's in store for us.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another day, another matchup in the ESL India Premiership. This is the Masters Division, and well, today we have Brutality and War going up against each other on OverPass. But in the meantime, let me take this opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Ranjit Mamba Senior Patel, and alongside me, I have the God of Words. So then, Blair Wambam.
The God of Words. All right. High praise right there. But Brutality, War. This looks a little mismatched, right? I mean, at least based on whatever I've seen or heard of War so far, they have been struggling in the Masters League, and now they're going to be facing off with a team who have had their share of struggles, but they have looked very solid indeed. As Juventa opens things up, they're going to be playing retake. What is Kazi doing? I have no idea. He has the C4 as well. The bomb is dropped, and War have literally handed that round to Brutality on a silver platter.
I'm not quite certain either. But Kazi was just walking in, but in the meantime, he's trying to salvage something from the round, but he's going to get taken out. A clean sheet coming from Brutality. So kind of surprising that Kazi actually pushed up with the C4. They had the smoke as well. At least could have gone to the plant to get that extra, dose of money. But well, he's not going to do that. Or I'm just assuming that he didn't know that he had the C4 and someone dropped it to him.
Yeah, but considering that they had such a it was a pretty nice execute, right? I mean, they had the. They had the smokes, they had the flashbangs, they had the Molotovs, and yet they just... And when they didn't spot anyone, they should have realized it's going to be retake setup, and you expect that boost over there. So the first guy getting taken down, understandable, but the bomb, the carrier just running up, that's a little bit of a mess, so to speak. They've gone for the force buy, of course. Deagle's coming out. They have a couple of P250s, one flashbang, armor, and almost everyone. Saz has gone for a full eco. I think he is going to be going for the op buy as soon as he can, but Juventa opening things up, he will find oops. And I'm not a big fan of this from War, if you're noticing, right, Mamba? Like, they're playing extremely passively, hoping for a pick, considering they don't have the weaponry or the range. They would rather just gather up together and try and go for a faster push, one would assume.
Well, that's true, and they're way too spread out, but finally they're taking control of the toilet area. And well, Saz is going to find the refrag onto Ace while Rix gets taken down as well by Baba. Juventa again the headshot onto Baba, and Saz is going to go down as well. And look at that, Juventa just tapping people inside toilets towards A-Long and casually taking down 3 people and getting a few frags to his name as well. So the second round as well going in the favor of the CT side, and it was quite surprising that the Cherry side went in for a complete eco. And this just sounds like that Epsilon-ish setup, when even though they know that they haven't gotten the bomb down, they go in for a complete eco, and when they do get the bomb down, they actually go in for a force buy.
Yeah, well, I mean, they didn't get the bomb down the first round, right? So going for the force buy kind of makes sense. Now it's going to be an eco. They did get a couple of kills, and now they're going to come barreling out towards Fountain, where Juventa is going to continue where he left off. He should be careful. He's going to run out of bullets, and he will get taken down. However, his teammate is ready and waiting. A-Star with MP7 in hand, looking to mop up the remaining players. Finds 2 quick kills, SMG money. 3 kills for him, that's money in the bank, and they will salvage the M4 as well. So just 1 casualty for Brutality and just 1 SMG loss, and now is going to be the buy from War. Now, Saz, he went for an eco 2 rounds in a row, so he has the op out. I'm curious to see what he's going to do with this, so because he had, been a little stingy with his money just to get this big green gun out, and he's going to be facing off against A-Star with the op. That's curious. I think he has a spawn, so he's going to go for the fast shot towards mid. Let's see what he does with this.
No, but we've actually been seeing Ace pick up the op a lot, and he's gonna go around the corner and not being able to connect the shot. The T actually just crossing just in time, so waiting it out towards Fountains, might just not be able to find the frag. It's gonna fall back though, falling back to safety. And yeah, we've been seeing Ace pick up the op a little too much on Brutality, and Rix is giving it up quite happily. So I think this is something they are trying out, maybe just for a double op setup, just in case they need one. But yeah, they're pretty confident. Oh, look at that though, the expectation, and A-Star is just gonna wait it out. The smoke is gonna go fade away, and the nade is going to go out as well. So this is gonna be interesting. While Kazi gets taken down, Juventa is going to go down as well by oops. The revenge track coming in, and A-Star, the anticipation. He's just gonna wait it out. And the Terry side, 2-man, I mean, not really 2-man deficit, but they have oops on 22 points of health, which is not the best thing that can happen to them. So might as well just switch out the op, or probably use him as a bait, but he is the one who's carrying the C4 right now. So Asa with that amazing anticipation will still get taken down though by Saz. A good shot by him. And Rix waiting on top of the ladder. Is if I'm going to find the frag, the finally does. He's going to fall back, surviving on 62 points of health, making it a 3v3. Now Venom has to make sure that he gets at least one frag if they try and push into the CD base, but they're not going to go in for the map control. They have the bomber on the site, and Fox is going to be coming in as well. The nade is going to go out. Oops, might just as well get taken down, or maybe not. The nade is not going to do a lot of damage. It is going to be finished though coming up, and while Foxy throws in the flashbang, Finish will avoid it. We'll try and find the first frag, or maybe not. He's going to get taken down while Foxy gets traded out really quickly, and Oops going down. Saz in a 1v1 will not be able to survive. Rix is going to get him down, and that is going to be the 4th round coming up for Brutality.
Yeah, I'm not sure who it was. I think it was Finish who was sitting on the truck there. He should have got the kill. That was almost a free frag for him. But coming down to the final man, they get the bomb down, almost get close to winning, closing out the round. They have some money that in an ideal world, they should be just going for pistols and armor here. Not really, shouldn't be going for the full buy because they won't have enough utility to work with. For Brutality though, because they kept so many players alive on their anti-eco runs, they have a lot of cash to work with. They lost 4 players, but big deal. Rix has picked up the op, and now he will be wielding his signature weapon, so to speak. And for War, pistols and armor on almost every one of these players. Rix is going to be flashed in by his teammate. Unfortunately, he's going to get blinded as well, and he's stuck in a corner, but he gets taken up by Kazi. That has got to suck, and Juventa left to hold down the fort, but he is getting hunted here.
Oh, that was quite ballsy from Juventa to try and spray. Oh, Kazi's gonna get taken on Juventa. Getting the frag with the last bullet in his weapon. He's gonna fall back in 2 frags in Saz as well. It is gonna be Finish and Oops in a 2v4 with 2 Deagle to work with. And I think, but the op is gonna get picked up. Finish will try and find a few more frags, but he's just gonna wait it out. Oh, he's gonna get spot almost being taken up by A-Star. Finding the frag onto him and playing into perfection. He's still gonna go around peak, but well, he's gonna get taken down by Venom while Juventa gets 4 kills in this round. The amount of frags that Juventa has in 5 rounds is pretty impressive. 14 frags, and most of them coming in the eco rounds, but again, you know, 14 frags is a little too much in 5 rounds. So pretty impressive coming in from the CT side, but the Terry side, they've just looked below average.
Yeah, I mean, the rest of his teammates combined have 11 frags, and he's got 14. So, equal frags or not, that is a pretty solid start coming out from Juventa, who, for a moment, I think for quite a while, I thought he had retired. Right, so it's pretty cool to see that he's still got things working for him. Rix is not having much luck with the op. Saz has picked him off again. Actually, no, I think Saz won the first duel against A-Star, but Saz showing that he can win some of these duels with that AWP of his. He gets the first kill, 4v5. And Brutality, they are playing double towards long, towards bathrooms, 2 guys towards B, so pretty default setup. They're not really going for any aggression, considering they've lost 1 player. However, A-Star, he's yet to wake up in this match, and we all know how he can be temperamental, but he is extremely, extremely dangerous, no matter what the situation. As there is a fight going on towards long, Juventa and Finish. Finish just clearing out a couple of angles. He's going to fall back, not really looking to take the fight, as War are funneling their way back by the looks of it. Nope, they're going to be making their way towards short. They have a player towards B, that's Baba, trying to fake something out. Kazi's going to get a kill. In the meantime, on the A-Star, Juventa, he's got to go big. He's going to find one. He knows where Saz is as well. Saz is going to creep around the corner, crouches down, and gets the kill. This is a round that War should have in the bag here.
And the first pick by Rix was quite ballsy though, because, you know, in most of the cases, the Terrace is actually going to reach there first towards connector, so the timing being a little off. But talking about the CTs going in for the retake, I'm not quite sure. Well, they're not going to go in for the retake. They're going to try fall back and save it up, because they do realize they don't have a lot of cash to work with. They'll still be able to buy up, and with Venom and Fox saving their weapons up, they'll be able to donate 2 weapons. At least 1 weapon to Ace if Juventa wants to buy one of his own, and Rex will be able to go in for the op. So very good decision coming in from Brutality. Not worth the risk. You know, there's a point of diminishing returns, and this is it. So Brutality, just trying to get their bank rolling on OverPass, and Fox is actually going to pick that op up as well. So that is just going to be a little too beneficial for the CTs, and I think the economy on the CT side is going to be pretty decent. But yeah, the first pick coming in from Rix was pretty ballsy, but not this one. He's going to find the flag onto Baba while Baba was on the hunt, but that is going to be the first round coming up for War. Finally, and yeah, the CTs. And Venom is, well, no, man, I'm pretty sure he's going to pass it up. Rix is going to be the one with the op to work with, and Saz doing pretty decently with the op. No, is going those crucial frags, is getting those refrags as well, and the trades. So I think it's working out for them.
Yeah, it is indeed. Bear in mind it's Overpass, right? It's a pretty highly decided map. If you can string like 4 or 5 rounds together, they do definitely stand a chance. Rix will be taking the fight again towards mid. The op passed on by his teammate. He goes with a flick shot, not quite able to land it, but this time he won't get blinded. He will make his escape, where he will reposition himself, looking for anyone to come charging out from the fountain area. He's got two. It's always tricky holding his position because you got 2 angles to spot, right? You got a spot towards fountain, the fountain entrance. You got a spot towards the playground party rather. And Rix's escape route has been cut off by that incendiary. So he's got to be a little wary. Lots of angles to check, but A-Star is going to open things up. He gets the first kill. Rix not spotting out a player who has pushed up towards party. That is Oops staring down towards connector. No one there though for Brutality. They are playing pretty passively. However, A-Star's positioning, this is massive. Now, if he gets his kill onto Kazi, it is gonna be a headache indeed, and Kazi doesn't seem to have any idea. A-Star knows this. He heard the sound cues. Slowly gonna creep around the corner. He hears another player coming out, and A-Star, if he plays this right, he can easily get 2 free kills. There's another player coming up as well at A-Star. How patient will he be? Spots on the first play. Kazi's gonna fall, and he spotted him out. Good angle there, headshot angle, but it runs out of bullets. So he's got to take out a USB. Saz in the meantime gets a kill. Oops, will mow him down, and now it's a 3v3 again. However, time is not their friend, and Venom is waiting in the side.
Well, a little too impatient, but nonetheless, he's going to find the first one. Freaking out for the second one because he's in a really tough position, but Venom is just going to hold that little cheeky angle, hoping to find the flag, but the nade is going to do a lot of damage onto Short, and he's going to take him down to 41 points of health. And Venom still surviving somehow. You enter taking the boost. He's going to find the flag onto Oops, but he's still going to try and find the flag, and Sass is going to go down, missing the op shot, and Venom with the amazing 2K. And saving up at the right time, but A-Star with a brilliant push and getting a lot of information for his teammates as well. Quite surprised, so even though he heard the footstep, right, and when he heard the second guy, quite surprised that he actually went in for that wide peak. I would have rather just stayed there because I'm fairly certain that the Terry side would not have expected that play.
Yeah, that was very well played from Brutality there, and even A-Star, right? I mean, this is a guy who likes aggressing a lot, and if you're not ready for him, if he catches you off guard like what happened there, he got the first kill, he got the information, it was just 30 seconds remaining, and War had to come into the B bomb site. So a little unfortunate for War, but also they needed to keep a lurk, and now it's a Hail Mary play towards B bomb site where there are 3 players ready and waiting. A-Star's going to make first contact, Saz going to get the first kill, A-Star's going to find 1. Finds 2 before he gets taken down, but Venom's still in the side doing great work, picking up a double. Kazi is on the hunt. He's picked up 1. So actually, no, he's not got a single kill yet. It's actually Saz who got the frag, and he's been spotted out as Venom funnels him to the waiting arms of Rix. 7-1 for Brutality. They lose a couple of players. War are keeping Brutality's economy a little humble, right? Like, even though they're 7-1 up, you'd expect some of these players to be at 10k or something. So apart from Rix, who's on $5,000, the rest of them, if you look at the cash, it's not that great. So for War, if they can just win this round, for example, and string another round together, they can break the economy, and from there it's anyone's game. So I still won't count them out, but they need to break this defense.
They surely have to, and the way it's going for them right now, I think it's going to be a little too hard because they don't have any Molotovs to work with. Only smokes is not going to cut it off on OverPass. You have to push the CDs out of their caves when they are holding those angles off. And look at A-Star being so ballsy. I think he's going to just creep out, or is he going to get flashed in? Not quite sure, but he's just holding that smoke off. And Foxy hiding towards A-Long, and A-Star being ever so ballsy. He's going to spot the first guy. Will get taken down, and a little too ballsy right there. A little too ambitious. Is going to get taken down, and that is going to be the first pick coming in for the Terry side. While Uinta throws in that smoke, does not allow the Terry side cut in towards A-Long and get that map control, while Rex is going to get taken down to 9 points of health as well, and Foxy is going to go down, finish! Somehow expecting that, but Uinta's nade is going to take him down as well, and the flashbang coming towards A-Long. Uinta almost spotting the Terry, so maybe he might have as well, but he just falls back and decides to wait it out towards the bomb side. It is a 3v3 situation. Rex will have to be a little too careful, does not want to get taken down by a stray bullet left or right. So yeah, he's going to be playing a pretty passive angle with the op to work with towards the A bomb side. And talking about the terrorist side, they have to make this work, but Rick's getting the first frag. Saz is going to get taken out while Oops creeps up towards toilets, and Uinta is holding off a beautiful angle towards A long. So the terrorist side is not really going to expect this, while Uinta falls back towards the B bomb side. And now this is a lot of pressure for Oops and Kazi to handle, because they have to check. Oh, look at that battle being spotted right there. Kazi is going to find the frag onto Uinta, and that suppressor just being spotted right there. A little too unfortunate for Uinta, not quite expected that, but yeah, Venom is going to be on the retake along with Rix while the bomb gets planted. It's going to be 2v2, and Venom's going to find the first flag on Oops, going to find the second one as well. Kazi is going to hold that smoke off, and Rix, I think, is aware. He's going what was that shot? Rix getting the shot onto Kazi, and that is going to be the 8th round coming up for Team Brutality.
Gotta say something about Juventus there. I mean, considering you've played this game for so very long, you have to know that when you have an M4A1 and you're holding that angle, like if you had an M4A1, you want to be staring into the wall and having a little bit of a gap on your screen on your left hand side to just spot someone crossing over. But when you're like staring out like that with a barrel poking out, you have to know that it can easily be seen. Like that's a very basic thing. Luckily for Brutality, Venom and Riggs doing great work there to just get that retake going, but that was a little shaky from Juventa. 17 kills, 4 deaths, great performance so far, but you can't afford to have those tiny little mistakes, because if you're going to be facing up against a team of, let's say, a higher caliber, you're going to get really punished for that, right? So War taking their first tactical timeout. Not sure about this buy from Saz. Not sure if he went for the auto buy, because he's got an MP7 and armor. He's gone for the full purchase. He got a P250 as well. So okay. Alright, it seems to be some discord in the War camp right now.
I don't know, do players even use auto buy at this day and time? Because you can have custom buy-ins for everything. Why do you want to even use auto buy? But talking about the battle, right? Nonetheless, it looks like it's going to be a B-long rush coming in, so we'll just get back to the game. They're going to go towards short, and Oops is just going to be waiting, going through the Molotov. Alright, just walking through the fire, quite literally. And Foxy is going to be waiting out towards short, and Asa watching the cross. Oops is going to go down. Foxy is going to get spotted, almost being taken out, but his teammate is going to be backing him up. Venom is going to get traded after getting 2 frags, and the Molotov being thrown and not allowing the terrorist side to come up. It is going to be finished, though, watching the backstab towards connectors, and A-Star being, again, a little too aggressive. Wants those frags, really wants those frags. And oh, look at that. Baba is going to get taken down. And that is just something that comes with experience. And what a 1D on to A-Star by finish. He's going to pick up that M4. We'll go across the corner. We'll be able to find the frag on Uinta, though. And we have Rix on the backstab, and he's playing it to perfection. He's being very patient. He's going to get spotted, though. And the flashbang is going to go out as well. So Rix, alright. I'm not quite sure what he's trying to do, but he's going to get taken down while trying to throw the second flash in Uinta. Now he's in a 1v1. Has to make this work. Has to get that frag. And is he going to hold off the B-bomb side, or will he rotate, expecting him to go in towards the A-bomb side? Because there are still 40 seconds on the clock to work with, so he could go in for any sort of rotation he wants. So he could literally backstab Uinta if he wants to. But, well, Uinta is not going to fall for it. It's just going to wait it out while Finish walks up towards B-bomb side. And this is going to be interesting if Finish expects him over there, but Uinta, not quite sure. He's going to spot him and look at the headshot onto Finish, and that is going to be the 9th round coming up for the CT side. But, alright, in the meantime, I want to talk about the battle, right? It's, in the older days when you used to play 1.6, when you, especially on a map like Nuke, if you're holding cabin or something, you had to be away from the wall, because your silencer would just pop out through the wall, through the cabin, through the doors as well. So it's been around for a very long time. Kind of surprised that Uinta didn't figure that out, or could have literally just removed the suppressor.
Or just a brain fart moment. It happens. That round, though, was extremely expensive. Brutality. Once again, a couple of players on the side going for a little bit, getting a little bit overzealous, a little bit of aggressive plays, which is unnecessary, to be honest. And if you look at the money, it's not that great. We have a UMP coming out from Foxy. Despite being 9-1 up, the money's not that great in Foxy. Unfortunately, gets shot in the kneecaps. He will survive, but he's on 18 HP with that UMP, so frag will be hard to come by. A-Star, in the meantime, is going on an excursion, and he will be found out by Finish, who was ready and waiting for him. So, man advantage for War early on, 1 minute and 10 seconds. But Rix will negate the man advantage. However, he's got to fall back real quickly. Instead, he's gonna still poke around here. This is what I've never been a big fan of this iteration of Brutality, right? This hyper aggression. I get it, like, sometimes you want to play with a little bit of a no respect, especially against a team like War, which on paper you should be winning very convincingly, but I see them going for these plays even against teams, better teams, in the scene, which will always come and bite you in the back. So I'm not a big fan of this. However, 4v4, Foxy internally hemorrhaging, and War are making a play for this B-bomb site, where they have a retake setup ready and waiting. Venom boosting up Juventa right above. He's got Incendiary, 27 seconds, perfectly timed Incendiary. However, they're going to be coming in true monster, and Juventa is going to be making contact.
And well, in the meantime, he's going to throw in a nade as well. Okay, first frag So the first wave going down is going to be causing in the headshot onto Uinta while he tries to clear the bomb side, but Baba is going to go down to Venom, getting the revenge frag, and Foxy just waiting it out on 18 points of health. Having a UMP45 to work on the flashbang at the most perfect time, coming in, and the Saz with that flick. Gonna get the second frag as well. Is going to find the frag on Rix as well, and this is all going to come down to Venom, who has to bring back the fight, but well, the time is going to run out, and both the Terriers not getting any sort of losing bonus while Kazi gets taken down after the time is going to be a little too unfortunate. Only has $300 to work with. Now, this is something that just, frustrates you because you had a weapon, the clock ran out and you just died out after the clock ran out, so you don't have any cash to work with. What do you do in a situation like this?
I don't know. Like, okay, they could go for the pistol armor, and Saz has an op, so Saz has got to go and get these opening picks. He has been getting a few opening picks, by the way. He is top ranking for his team as well. He has made that op sing, but not enough. Like, the previous round, for example, he managed to make it almost possible. Unfortunately, time running out, and now Rick's event, it is an aggressive hole coming out towards the bathrooms. 3 people ready and waiting. However, Juventus is very low, but Rix, in the meantime, he is just picking off people at will as they will be funneled towards long. And A-Star is ready and waiting, goes for the Hail Mary spray, just finds one. And that's the op picked up by Finish, and ooh, times it to perfection. Juventa will get wrecked completely. And that was a 3v2. This is when Brutality needs to just, hold the angles, set up a crossfire, and no need to over-aggress. And that's what they got to do here. Venom is trying to go for the flank. The Finish is ready and waiting. Venom just going to be happy just holding this angle, ensuring that their exit is cut off. So all the 3 angles are being watched. So we have Foxy towards the A-bomb side. We have Rix waiting towards bathrooms, and Venom mocking the back. So they're kind of trapped here. They have to go for a play. They have the weapons. They have the op in the hands of Finish. Oops with an M4. However, he doesn't have any armor. What are they going to do here?
Just wait it out and wait for the clock to run out again, I guess, because the way they're taking things right now, it's going to be extremely difficult to break into the bomb site. They don't have any resources to work with. 30 seconds on the clock, and clearing out the entire bomb site is a tough task, which they are taking at hand right now. But Oops is just going to be walking and expecting someone to the left side, but he is just going to peek out, shoulder peeking for the op to work with, but Foxy is going to find the headshot onto him while Finish gets taken down by Venom. So that is going to be the 11th round coming up for Brutality, and completely and utterly dominating war right now because they have just not been able to play the correct counter-strike, so to speak. They have been making a lot of mistakes, especially in the eco rounds. Being spread out so much is not something that is going to work out for you.
And what's going to be even more gutting for war is the fact, if you look at the way the rounds have been won, like the previous round, 2 players survived. The round before that was a 1v1. They ran at the time. There's another round which came down to a 1v1. So they did come very, very close to winning a couple of these, at least a few of these rounds. So it could have easily been like a 9-4 or even an 8-5 scoreline. And look at Venom, he's feeling adventurous, and he's going to walk straight into Finish, who will finish him off. And bear in mind, this is a very strange buy. 2 MAC-10s have just invested whatever they can into this round, but at least they get the opening pick. The question is, even though they keep getting the opening picks time and time again, they don't seem to be able to capitalize on it.
And this isn't even war getting those opening picks, it's just Brutality gifting it to them. We've seen A-Star, Foxy, a lot of people and Venom as well rushing out, but in the meantime, it looks like it's in the BT coming in. Foxy again, they're taking back onto Kazi, and well, Oops is going to get refragged by A-Star. Again, we'll find the frag onto Rix, but Saz is going to find the frag onto Foxy. He's just spraying down with the spray transfer, but not being able to get the second guy. Now it's going to be Baba all alone in a 1v1, and Uinta has to save the day. He's going to spot the chairs, and this is exactly what I was talking about. Gifting those opening frags and still not being able to close those rounds down for the Terrier side is going to be a little too upsetting.
Yeah, and again, coming down to 1v1, right? Nice ult coming from Brutality, but I'm not sure what a C4 was doing, just jumping down, because the second the bomb got dropped there, the round was looking extremely good for war. It was a strange buy. They had 2 AKs, I think 3 AKs, and 2 MAC-10s. So, looks like, yeah, it seems to be affecting them right now, the pressure and the fact that it's 12-1. I'm not too sure what they're going to do here. A-Star, again, the guy does not know the meaning of taking things slow. He's holding W, he's already in playground, is gathering so much of information. He can just get the flank in, and now they have 2 players waiting towards short as well, Venom and Foxy, and the hunt is on, and they're going to be funneled in here. Venom's holding, waiting in line. Smoke's going to come in, and he sees a foot. Finish, that is just so unfortunate, and now he's got so much information. Foxy finds Kazi through the smoke. One guy's so very low, and look at where A-Star is. He's got to just take them from behind with no loop.
I think for a moment, War has to forget that they're playing against a team like Brutality and just play their natural game while making sure that they do not make those silly mistakes that they've been making. Because if you go against a team like Brutality, against a mindset that it's a very good team, and giving respect is one thing, but just being intimidated by them and being blinded by the light is a different thing. And this is what is happening to War right now. They're just giving away that early aggression coming from the CD side is okay, but the way they have been approaching those fights early on in the game isn't something that is working out for them either. But Rex is still nonetheless going to go around the corner trying to find the frag, but the flashbang is going to blind him. He'll have to wait it out, and A-Star is going to be boosted up top towards connector, but going to find the frag, and Oxy is going to go down, but A-Star again getting the revenge frag on the other side of the map. And the nade is going to do some damage. Oops, is going to get taken down on 31 points of health, and you went knock. Oh! Well, I'm presuming, had you not fallen down right there, had you not fell down right there, you would have probably gone the frag, but well, the flashbang is going to prime while Rex gets a headshot onto Kazi. Not quite sure these guys are trying to do, because they are going for those individual plays, and this is what has been happening. Brutality gives those early openings, and then they try and make those individual plays and get taken down one by one, and this is exactly what is happening. Oops is going to go down, no one to trade him out, and they're just going to lose one more round. And Oops actually going to be Baba in a 3v1, but this is going to be a little too much, because the way they have been playing, this doesn't look like they'll be able to pull this round off.
Yeah, not happening. Baba the Beast, 1v3, bomb down, bomb dropped in a very far away position from where he is as well. Juventus is going to take the fight, and he's not going to lose any deal. This guy's just been beasting it throughout. 23 kills and 6 deaths in one half, and Brutality have just brutalized their way through the first half. Here's the thing with War, right? They don't seem to have any particular defaults on the T side. I'm surprised they allowed this map through if they don't have any defaults. A-Star just pushing and peeking and prodding, just all over the map. They're not waiting for it. They're giving way too much respect to Brutality, and a couple of times they just waltzed in towards the B bombs. I tried to go for a fast play. They look very discombobulated. They looked like all over the place. It was like the C4 twice, I think, in the previous half, falling inside of water. So overall, I mean, I don't want to judge them too much from just based off one map, but this was not their map at all. They're just getting completely manhandled at the moment. Aggression from Oops in the meantime. And he will get pressurized by Juventa, but Oops will not miss his shots. He finds 3 quick kills. The bomb is dropped as well. That's pretty nifty coming out from him. So a nice start to the second half for War. They still have to find 2 more kills though, and this is the thing. Don't throw away the man advantage you have, because they have a 2v5 advantage at the moment. The bomb is dropped as well. However, A-Star is still alive.
We'll talk about throwing away the mad advantage, and Kazi, I'm not quite sure why he had to go in for that shot or the peak, but A-Star is going to get spotted again. The information is going to pass, finish being spotted, taking 2 shots to his body. Is not going to lose a lot of health points, but Rex is just going to wait it out the P250. And Kevlar as well, but he's going to get destroyed by Oops getting a quad kill. Can he find the ace though? That's what he's trying to do right now. He's going to be pushing up and will try and find the ace, but it's going to be A-Star in a 1v4, and this guy is more than capable of pulling around off like this. And Oops, he's going to get spotted while Sass gets boosted up top. Is going to find the headshot onto him, and A-Star will just get backstabbed by Finish. But a very good round, a really amazing round coming from Oops, getting a quad kill towards mid, and it was a 2-man A play coming in. Usually you see teams playing 4 guys towards the B bomb side, only 1 guy making the information play towards the A bomb side early on in the round to try and get that information. But well, that 2-man setup working out perfectly fine, and Oops getting a quad kill and getting the round for the CD side.
Well, at least 1 round, so 14-2. It's a pretty hard ask for them to make it back. A-Star, Deagle in hand. Spots out Oops, who will be feeling a little confident, right? And you sometimes need that little bit of a confidence boost as Finish. Meantime, trying to be cheeky with the boost. Instead, he gets taken down to 11 HP. Immediate weapon swap coming out. He will be wielding the MP9 as the players in Brutality are swarming around his B bomb side. Molotov, flashbang's gonna pop as well, and here comes the execute. There are 3 players waiting though, and Finish has got a bait out for Baba. Baba is in a great spot. Venom's gonna get a kill. Finish is so very low. Baba getting find more than 1. He just finds 1 kill. Venom's gonna take him down. And that's Oop and Saz around. They really shouldn't have come down to this 4v2, and they should be falling back and holding on to the rifles here. They have no money to work with, and for Brutality it is going to be map and match point. Or is Oops, are they feeling it? They look like they're going to go for this.
They're gonna put everything they have in this round and try and go in for the retake. Unless they find a frag, I think this is gonna be pretty pointless. But well, this is something that's gonna happen. Venom is going to go find the headshot onto Groups, and Saz will just fall down to Foxy. So there is gonna be the map and the match point coming from Brutality and anti-ecos. We've been talking about this, but you know, there wasn't a lot Baba could have done because Brutality played it really well. There was a guy towards B long, towards the first tunnels, right? And that is the guy that distracted Baba a bit, and Baba had to fall back in. Could not get the second frag, and while he got flanked from the right side below the window. So Brutality playing it to perfection and doing a lot of damage, and just playing good Counter-Strike right there. But in the meantime, the CTs are going to force it up because this is a do-or-die situation. And well, I didn't really expect the game to end within 19 or 20 rounds, but yeah, 3 AK-47s from us and a UMP-45 to work with. Rix gets a headshot onto Saz, getting the first opening frag. And is going to be throwing in that smoke, which is still going to leave a gap because it just went off on the Molotov. But Oops is going to be pushing in. Alright. Rix is waiting out when I'm watching the push and waiting for the CTs to make a mistake. And this is good Counter-Strike being played out by Brutality.
Yeah, I just want to close this out. Don't want to give any more rounds to War. 15-2 at the open pick. Rix, unfortunate there for Oops, not quite able to align the crosshair with the head. 3v5. This looks like pretty much the beginning of the end here. I don't see them pulling off anything crazy. They have the one player towards B. The bomb is still floating around towards connector. So depending on whether Venom or A-Star clears out of side, they're just going to be swinging there, right? So the 3 players waiting towards connector. Venom's going to be taking point towards B. If he gets his kill on the Kazi, the round is done and does it. He's going to get the frag, and he knows the site's empty. A-Star finds finish as well. And it's Bob with the Beast, and there's not much he can do. Foxy put a bullet between his eyes. 16-2 for Brutality. That was as savage, as brutal, as dominating as can get. And for War, their tale of woe continues.
Well, yeah, it is going to be 16-2, and it was quite a pleasure for casting for you guys. And well, until the next time, it's going to be Blair and Mamba signing off.
Adios.
Well, what a game this has been between Brutality and War Gaming there. Pretty one-sided till the end.
Called
absolutely no chance whatsoever I saw in this entire game being given to the opposition.
Well, actually, no, that's not the case. There was so many chances given. That was the best part, right? And this wasn't one of Brutality's best games, by the way. By far, it was just War's worst game ever. And secondly, it was just Juventa right in the start of the game, right? Just going absolutely nuts. This was like the Juventa of old, like Juventa back from this 1.6 days. Anyone walked into his crosshair, it was like, boom, headshot, you dead. Like, you're off the server, get the hell out. Overpass is our map. And like I said earlier, right? Like, Overpass, War letting it, just the veto basically was by Brutality was absolutely brilliant. It was completely on point. They removed the maps that could have been War's strong suit, right? Like the random puggy maps, right? Because War isn't really they're not a strat heavy team. They're an aim heavy team.
I get it.
And it was exactly that. No cache, no Mirage, no Cobble. What are you going to do? You've been forced to pick between Nuke and Overpass. And like I said, what we should have expected.
Played out there itself.
I told you had to expect a spanking in this game. And it was basically that. It was #spanked. And
I hope they don't start posting stuff against you on social media.
The thing is, I'm respected. You're not.
Well, not essentially.
I'm just kidding, by the way. We all respect and love Vagish. But yeah, like, I mean, exactly what I said happened, right? Like, it was CT side, right? They got CT. First of all, Brutal started with very strong 5-0 lead. After that, Rix, it was like, again, a mistake by Brutality in the 6th round, which gifted War a round as well. Like, it was Rix dying early. And after that, the mistake Brutality made was playing absolutely defensive. They're not trying to get a revenge frag. They're not trying to get map information, nothing, and they lost that round. And they didn't really play the CT side how I would have liked them to play. Like, their B-shot control was terrible. They gave Brutality, like, there's a lot to talk about, by the way. I'm not going to talk about War that much because they showed us absolutely nothing. Blair said this during the game as well. Like, they didn't even have a T-side default. All they tried to do was brute force their way into B or then slow take A. And 1 or 2 rounds, they had a picket connector. Sal's tried his best, by the way, and that's all I could say about War. And even in the pistol round, Oops tried his best. And the only reason War even got 3 on the board, right, was because... sorry, was it 2 on the board?
2.
two on the board. It was just like that, the one mistake by Brutality, and then one hero play by Oops, like where he got the 4K in the pistol round. That's it. They didn't show us anything else. That's it. It was just Oops actually, because the other thing was a Brutality mistake.
So who do you think is going to be the
And
MVP for you?
I think we'll get to that eventually, but I do want to talk a little bit more about Brutality, right? Because War was so bad in this game, so bad that Brutality's negatives have to be highlighted as well. Because Brutality did not play this to perfection. They did not play this how they should have. A-Star, yes, he had, like I said, right, he had a B push in the 7th round where he caught 2 players off guard. But even that round, when it started as a 4v3 after A-Star's 2 picks, right, that went down to a 1v1. Then again, like Brutals had quite a few rounds, and especially I think there was 3 full eco rounds or maybe semi-force buy rounds by War, and they took this down to a 1v1, 2v1, whatever, you know, things like that. They had no money the entire game, by the way. Brutality was always on the brink of being reset. If they lost one more round after, you know, maybe during the 8th or 9th or 10th or even 11th round, they would have been economically reset, like immediately. They would have been money screwed.
But then
and it just never happened because, you know, it was just that 1-by-1. Foxy, after Brutality winning 9 rounds in a row, had a UMP. Like, you know, had a UMP in one of those rounds. Rix couldn't pick up the op, and there was just
so many
fundamental errors. Yeah, fundamental errors coming in by Brutality. Giving away the first pick is every time, like it happens once or twice, right? But every time, and then having to come back from that, it doesn't show like, okay, fine, it shows mental fortitude on Brutality's part, right? But the fact that you're giving away the first pick so many times is absolutely terrible. And I'm actually scared about the thing I said about Brutality and Entity in the start, right? Like it's gonna be like Brutality winning, because if they play like this, a better team like Entity can definitely exploit it. And they really need to fix these quirks. And I hope Venom and A-Star watch this later, right? And they fix this, and you know, they fix this definitely. And I'll tell you what, like the amount of rounds, like I just made a note, right? Only round number 1 and 14 were flawless rounds by Brutality. Only 2 rounds out of 15. And they won 14 of those rounds, by the way. And only 2 of them were flawless victories. And the rest of them were all 3 members or lesser surviving. And yeah, that's about it. And also towards the end, on the 18th round, we saw the Brutality have this T default that War lacked, that Blay said that War lacked. And, you know, that was how the T side should have been played. They did not.
Lot to learn for both the teams here in question. In fact, your MVP, are they still waiting on that?
So, I mean, I just got told in production, we don't have the graphic ready, but it has to be Juventa right from the start, right? I'm looking at the stats as well. 23 frags, a KDR of 3.3, by the way. ADR is just shy of A-Star's ADR at 114, but 2 4Ks, 2 3Ks, 1 double kill as well. And his impact rounds, right? He had 5 opening frags and 3 revenge frags. Even though A-Star had a great game as well, I think Juventa just played his skin out today, and that impact rating of 1.86 just shows that, man. I think he had a monster game. And also, Juventa also stood out in the first game we saw of Brutality as well.
Yeah.
So I really think he has been putting in the hours, and even though he doesn't have so many hours to put in, right? He's married, he has a business running, and he travels to Pune and Lonavala and things on business more than
when I was
more
in
than you
college.
commute to work.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. Like, you know. And it's commendable seeing Brutality, and especially Juventa putting out this sort of performance.
Alrighty then, well that sums up today's CSGO game. We have a Dota 2 match going to happen in a short bit, but right now a small break. Let me remind you, this is the ESL India Premiership 2018, brought to you by Omen, by HP, HyperX and Intel, and presented to you by Norton Gaming and ESL.